for that, for that. Yep, we are. Hello, hello, hello. Hey guys, what is up? This is Livy Igwe coming live from London. If you guys are watching me on a replay, drop me a hashtag style. Y'all know the drill. I have the multicultural, multi-ethnic to broaden social media and to earn at the same time. So if that is you and you're looking to earn extra income, aside of what you're doing, which is maybe 500 pounds, maybe it's 1,000 pounds. As you guys know, I posted a feed on the fact that having an extra income today is not like it's necessary. You cannot live on just one income. You won't be able to survive with all the things we have to do. So if that's something for you and you're looking to do it in the supplement game and holistic skincare, absolutely hashtag hybrid. Message me, probably be better. If not, just drop it below and I will get back to you with the info. Now, let's jump into today quickly on to how to set yourself apart. I'm really good at this in terms of I set standards of how I want you to remember me in some way, shape, or form. And this you can use in any way, in any phase that you're entering, in any stage of your life, does not really matter. I really do believe it's yes, we're all the same, but we also want to be different, even though we don't necessarily want to be different. Hey, Andy. Hey, Sasha. Samantha, how are you, love? Right. I want you guys to understand there's going to be three things for you guys. So super easy, straight to the point. But I want you to really understand that if you set yourself apart from the rest, you're going to stand out. When I was working in fashion, when I was working in any kind of situation, even today on social media, like the fact that I'm going live, even though we're in summer and people are on holiday, is like, why are you going live? Why are you continuing doing what I'm doing? Because in the long run, at some point, it's going to have a ripple effect of everything that I've done that it will come to pass. Right? You guys know I help the multicultural, multi-ethnic to brand social media. In order to create that vision, I've got to keep on showing up consistently. And if that means that I'm going to do live every single day and I'm going to show up, then it is what it is. So I want you to have in mind that to do the things that people won't necessarily want to do. Right. I still connect. I still reach out. I still send messages. I still like I do the boring stuff, which is kind of boring. Yes. Is it annoying? Of course. Nobody wants to do it. Sorry, I got some crisp in my teeth. But it is what it is, right? I want you to start thinking of how can you do things that will have you stand out. Okay, so number one is doing the things differently. What can you do, Andy? What can you do, Samantha? What can you do, Kiara? That is going to be different. That's going to set you apart in the sense of when you meet somebody, is there a special way of connecting with that person? Can you talk to that person in a special way? Is there a way that you're going to, involve something with them, right? And could be, for example, when I meet somebody and it's like a formal event or whatever, when I shake hands, my hand is like, it's not like, some people when they just shake hands and they do like this, it's all right. Or when they just shake hands and it's like this. No, no, no. My handshake, when we do a handshake, it's a proper handshake. Like you are going to remember me. Not that I'm squishing your hand, but I want you to be like, okay, this is who we have in place, right? This is the person that we have. And so in your mind, automatically, you're like, oh, okay, I know exactly who I'm talking to. I know exactly what I'm facing, right? And so I want you, Kiara, to start thinking of those people that are like, okay, how can I maybe, shake hands? Or when you're talking to someone, can you look into the eyes? Can you look into, hey, Sal, can you look into, sorry, and look into the eyes of the person? Because that's going to make the difference. It's not about, oh, I'm being different, whatever. No, it's the fact that if I do one thing that is different, which is my point number one, if I look in your eyes, I'm looking into your eyes. If I say, if I give you a handshake, I'm giving you a handshake. And some of you, some people like just do like a sort of handshake like this. No, we're not doing a handshake like this. We're doing a proper handshake. How are you, buddy? Is it sunny where you are? It's literally cold now today in London. You actually quite like the weather. Yesterday was super sticky. If you guys don't know, in London we've had considerably like good weather. It's just been very heavy. But I'm not gonna complain because it's like last year we had 2 days of sun. This year we at least have like 1 or 2, 3 weeks, right? Which is kind of cool. So we have like more or less a summer. Anyways, let's not diverse because we need to get back onto this track. So how to set yourself apart? Oh, sorry, Facebook. I'm sorry, my love. I got really a bit too excited. To set yourself apart, do something that is different for people, right? It could be also, for example, I will, Sash, because I can talk about it. Like for him doing something that was different. Last year, he bought me like some candles. I know I'm gonna put you on the spot, but I want you like those are small things, like small little Yankee candles, which I still have at home and I still burn. So thank you so much for your gift. I really do appreciate it. But those are things that will have you set apart, right? It's small things that you're like, okay, I will stand out in some way, shape, or form, right? And it's not like, oh, you want to be, yes, you want to be different, but you also want the person in front of you to feel appreciated. Slowly getting back to 40 degrees next days until I go home. Yes, and we need to go on that plantain small little dish. I'm just like, because your girl, well, the girl is hungry. Oh, whatever, go for it. I didn't mean that. Anyways, I went way too into my future. Okay, let's bring it back. And but we have like you need to know about me. If we are friends, we're eating. We're going to places where there's food, right? I have Farina, who's in the business, and she's coming to the event that we have in the UK. Well, in for opening the UK market, and I'm like, you're coming over. You're staying at home, and on top of that, we're going to go and find some cool places to eat food. Like I live for food. I live for things like that, guys. Like that is like my happy place. It's called love language. Okay, which brings me on to the second one is ask questions. Can you ask questions to people? Um can you understand what the person is in front of you? If you haven't read this book, The Love Language, like love language, because I was talking to the person that I was talking to a person, and I was saying, what are your love languages in the sense of do you prefer touch? Do you prefer, words of affirmation? Do you prefer quality time? Do you prefer, gifts? What is it in that realm? I can't remember. Let me put it in my stories for you guys to check out. But really interesting, just to understand how the person is, right? So, for example, the person that I'm dating, right? I'm just gonna put it out there, and the person is very words of like quality time and not really much of words of affirmation, but when the person is in front, yes, like needs to, like, sending messages, bah, doesn't care, but needing to, for example, send messages, you know what I mean, like the person needs that. Some people, like, I need words of affirmation, right? I need also I need quality time. Like you have to have time. I don't really mind, gifts. I'm not really like a gift person. Yeah, it's cool to have one, but a quality, like, so, find what the person is in front of you. And when I say how to set yourself apart, you're probably thinking, yeah, but is this also for like a date? It doesn't. I'm not talking necessarily about a date. I'm just talking about how the person that you have in front of you, business, a business partner, to, opportunity to, I don't know, whatever, like, dating, not dating, meeting somebody in work, whatever. Just because I believe if you can just make somebody feel better in their season, because we're in a connected world, but yet we're so unconnected. We're in a world where everybody's on social media, etc., but we feel lonely, right? And I'll give you sometimes, like some evenings, I'm just like, great, Olivia, you're turning into the same age as Rihanna, and you don't have any kids. You don't have any husband. Like you don't have all of this. And I'm like, and sometimes like it hits me, and I'm like, I would love to like, go and visit my family, but they're in Paris, or my brothers and sisters are up north. Like there's just things sometimes where I'm like, I'm connected. I could turn on a live video and talk to all of you guys, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be in my own space. And so sometimes it's finding that where you can also just pour into somebody else because it's going to come back to you at some point. Okay. Last thing that I shall leave you with this is I want you to start thinking about this. I love this. I wrote this down, but I want you to lead with the smell. And you're probably like, Olivia, what the F are you talking about? What is like the smell? I want you to use your five senses. I want people to, when they see you, what do they think of you? I don't know where I was a couple of days ago somewhere. Can't remember. And oh yeah, because I have somebody in the team. And so every time she goes live, she goes, oh, that's her standing out, right? But you guys know mine is always hello, 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 right? What can you do? Now, I'm not asking you to do the same thing as me, nor as my business partner. But to find something that when people think of you, what do they think? What do they think of you, Zaranda? What do they think of you, Saul? What do they think of you, Andy? What do they think of you, Samantha? What do they think of you, Jonathan? What do they think of you, Ayo? Like, what do they think of you, Steve, when they're like, I know who Steve is, right? Like when you think of Chris Igwe, my dad, you think of a man humble, voice low, very listening. He's empathetic. He starts his videos always by welcome to the Breaking Down Barriers on his YouTube videos. Very, casual, at peace. Yeah, you're not gonna get mad with my dad. My dad will be like, I'm gonna whoop your ass, but like, I'm gonna whoop your ass. You know what I mean? Like, so that's not me, right? I'm like, when I laugh, like, I think I laughed in the streets because I finished a workout with Norbs, and we finished a semi disgusting workout. And I started laughing in the streets because we were laughing on something. Now my laugh is loud, so you're gonna hear it. Now I'm not asking you to have the same laugh as loud as mine, right? But what is it that you can leave maybe with a smell? You can leave with like a taste in people's mouth. Not saying you gotta kiss everyone, okay? And that's not what I'm saying. But how can you leave with people with like a lingering smell that when they think of Saul, when they think of Andy, when they think of Samantha, when they think of Zoraida, when they think of Steve, when they think of Sean, when they think of Norbs, they're like, ah, yeah, I like that. Right? Like you give that extra thing. So I had a customer who had bought from me, and one of the pieces had a bit of stain. So I said, hey, look, I dropped off the piece at her because I do personal shopping, and I dropped off some pieces for her. And I did message her and said, hey, I left the pieces. And this is what I also recommend for the stain is that you use Vanish Velvet. You just give her a couple of things. I went the extra mile to just give her a bit of advice. Now, in your mind, you're like, why would you do that? Well, you're like, who cares? Because the extra advice, sometimes people, you think they know everything, but they actually don't. You got to remember every time you talk to somebody, you actually have to talk as if it's a child. You don't know what they're not expecting, right? You don't know, right? So it's always, and it's not by saying, I'm better. And no, 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 no. It's just like, I don't know the level of information that you're needing. Okay. I'll give you one last thing. So I have this guy that tried out these drinks. And I always love like when some people try the drinks, right? So one of the guys, IB, he tried the drink, right? He's looking for something that helps him with the energy and the focus, right? So he tried the morning drink and the evening drink. You guys know the favorite one that I have on the market is this one, right? But I have these because it's like 90% of what we sell, right? And he's like, I, I want more information on the product. I'm like, what's going on? Like, did you like the product? He's like, I loved the product. I'm like, okay, so what's the matter? He's like, it's so good. I just want to know why it's so good. Why it doesn't have like a taste of grass. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And I'm like, you need more information so you can purchase the product because it's too good? Is that the issue with the product? And he's like, it is way too good. I need more information. Now you're probably okay, Olivia, why are you talking about? I need to understand that he's a green personality. He likes numbers. He likes the research. He likes the stuff. If I like something, I'm not thinking about what's in the product, what makes it so special. I couldn't care less. But for IB, he needs to know exactly like what are the ingredients, how does it work, etc. Now it's patented, so you won't be able to feel everything. But he's like, I need to have more research. But because we went to stage two with this, the empathy, I had to understand who he was. Had I not understood who he was, I probably would have said, dude, like make your decision. It's either yes or no. No, I need to milk it for him to be able to feel comfortable so to tell him afterward to do the purchase. Do you understand how sometimes, and this is why I love sales, is because it's a whole process. This is how you should treat your business. This is how you should treat every single day. Okay, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Remember to be you, do you. The world does not dictate who you are, but you dictate the world. If you guys don't know, I have the multicultural, multi-ethnic, the brand social media to earn at the same time. So if that is something for you, you're looking to earn an extra income. If that's not the case, that's absolutely fine. But you can drop hashtag hybrid. If this resonated, share it with a friend that probably is like, I mean, we could use these tips. But that's pretty much it. Guys, I love you. Talk to you guys later.